So today we finally learned more about Maxxxine, which I was getting worried, y'all. I was thinking, when are we gonna find out some news about this movie? It's almost like the time I thought it was gonna be released, and we have not heard anything about the movie. Well, today was the day. We got some news, and it is some great news indeed, because we have learned the cast for Maxxxine. Now, this is the final movie in the trilogy that Ty West and Mia Goth and A24 have cooked up for us ever since X came out last year, and then we got Pearl not too long after, which was a feat that many have not seen in a while, where these movies were coming out so back to back. And apparently we might be getting Maxxxine maybe by the end or early next year, so we're definitely excited to see what that's going to be, and I'm just so ready for it. So let's go ahead and read some of this cast right here that has been added to the A24 horror pick Maxxxine. So we have Elizabeth Debicki, of course, maybe otherwise known from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, as well as The Crown. We have Moses Sumney, who is in The Idol, which we've talked about The Idol already, so I'm kind of curious how that's going to be, but it looks like A24 is definitely keeping an eye on new talent coming up, and I'm definitely excited to see how Moses Sumney will be. We have Michelle Monaghan, who comes from The Nanny. We have Bobby Cannavale, who comes from The Watcher. Lily Collins, of course, known from Emily in Paris. We have Halsey, who is in the new show Americana, and of course Halsey is a award-winning artist as well. I don't know why I got that little accent right there. Giancarlo Esposito, which is just coming off a stellar performance in Better Call Saul, as well as from Breaking Bad, The Mandalorian, and so much more. Giancarlo, I'm excited for. And Kevin Bacon, because it wouldn't be the 80s without Kevin Bacon, but I'm excited to see Kevin Bacon in this. And of course, you have Mia Goth returning to play the character of Maxxxine, who we all know from X. So I'm very excited for this cast right here, because I think it is such a stellar cast, honestly, and I'm excited to see what Ty West wants to cook up here. So we had X, which was taking place in the 70s, then we had Pearl, which took place in the early 20s, and now we have Maxxxine taking place in the 80s. So this is definitely an exciting time to see how exactly Ty West and Mia Goth are going to put this together, this time period, because I really enjoy that from all of the different movies that they have crafted in this trilogy. They all feel very much so for their times. So I feel like the 80s is going to feel very much so like an 80s movie. I'm curious to see what Mia Goth and also Ty West are going to develop for this movie. Give it that 80s vibe, a little bit of grime here and there, maybe a little bit of feeling like the Joker, like we've seen, or other 80s classics, thrillers like that. So we're definitely excited to see that for sure. So according to sources, this is what they're saying it's going to deal. This is nothing confirmed as of yet, but they say it will deal with the dangerous world of underground filmmaking. Character details are being kept secret, but what is known does point that way. Esposito will play an agent for adult film and C-list movie actors. So of course we know that Maxxxine has been doing this in the X movie. She was trying to come up as an actress, so she was doing some X-rated films on the side because she was trying to get to that dream, going to Los Angeles, becoming that star. And now it seems that we're going to be seeing her try and get even further in this movie, and it looks like Esposito will be playing that agent. I could definitely see Esposito playing a very dark agent for sure. So we'll see what's going to happen right there. Debicki will be playing a film director, and we have Monaghan and Cannavale as LAPD detectives, and Bacon is a private detective. So no word yet on the other ones of what they will be playing. We definitely probably might see them be co-stars for Mia Goth's Maxxxine in these films that they're going to be making, but it definitely is exciting to know that this movie is going to be coming out and shooting pretty soon. As they say, it's going to start filming this month in Los Angeles, so we definitely are ready for that. I thought that X was great. I enjoyed Pearl a lot more for sure, but I think X is just a great slasher, so I'm curious to see where Maxxine's going to want to follow in either X or Pearl's footsteps, be more of a character study as we saw in Pearl, or sort of have that slasher feel that X had, where we had all of these different types of characters being stalked and killed by someone. So I think that that's definitely going to be the interesting part of it. We probably might see a trailer for this by the end of the year. I could see something by Halloween of some sorts to be delivered to us, but it's exciting. Here's my quick little theory and thoughts on what could be happening in Maxxxine. I feel like we're going to see Maxxxine sort of start to break out a little bit more, but not necessarily as mainstream as she wants to just yet. And just when all of this is happening, there might be a slew of murders happening around the set that she may be currently working on, or not just that, but the entertainment industry as a whole. And this is going to be somebody who is trying to also get to Maxxxine. I think that that's why we have the two LAPD officers as well as the private detective who are trying to get to the bottom of what is going on. And I'm definitely curious to see how all of these characters will be shaped, especially like I said, 1980s is definitely I think it's such an interesting time period, especially with a lot of things going on in the industry and just a lot of the things. So we know it's going to be plenty of a lot of vices for sure. And I think that if it's any indication what we saw in American Horror Story, those vibes from 1984, we could definitely get some pretty interesting cultural phenomenon that was going on at the time plugged into the movie, which would add a little bit more to it. So I'm curious to see what Ty West and Mia Goth have cooked up. According to Mia Goth, it is the biggest movie out of the three, so I'm expecting to see a lot more. We do know that Pearl and X were shot back to back, and of course they were shot during quarantine and all of that, so they were very limited on what they could do. So I'm curious now that they have more room to play with, what they're going to cook up for us here. And like I said, my biggest thing is I'm curious if this is going to be more of a character study like Pearl, or if we're getting a sort of slasher like we did in X, or a mix of both. I think a mix could definitely work right here. But Mia Goth keeps on being busy and booked as we see her in this new chapter. And according to the other rumors, she might just be in that Frankenstein movie with Del Toro on Netflix. So we'll definitely see what's up with that. But overall, I'm excited. I'm ready. I cannot wait for this. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the cast. Are you excited for this even more? As I said, it still says coming soon. So I need A24 to let us know when exactly we can wait for this. But in the meantime, you can definitely catch up on the other movies, and I'm excited. Let's see how this trilogy ends. If it ends on a good finish, or do they not stick the landing? I think they stick the landing and they get it right, because I definitely do have my trust in Ty West and Mia Goth. The first two, absolutely phenomenal, and it just got better with Pearl, so I'm assuming that it's just going to keep on getting better. But let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Make sure you follow us for more on the things you love. Make sure you follow us on social media. Also follow our website, www.culturelixir.com. We talk all the things you want to talk about: movies, TV shows, video games, all that good stuff. And as always, I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.